What it do, YouTube? It's good. I hope all is well. I hope everybody doing okay in this world full of sin. You know what I'm saying? I got a quick little something, you know what I'm saying? Quick little video about social media. So, I'm gonna just yap, bro. You know what I mean? Just talk about my perspective on social media. You know what I'm saying? From my perspective, the type of person I am, I don't really like social media like that. Never did. You know what I mean? Because I'm the type of person I don't like people being my business. And like, that's all social media is just to expose people to your business, your life. You know what I'm saying? I'm more old school. Like, I like to keep that exclusive to people that's personally in my actual life. You know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to have extra people be involved in my life. You know what I mean? Involuntarily. You know what I'm saying? Now, of course, I'm on YouTube right now, but YouTube is different. You know what I'm saying? YouTube is different. We need to talk a little bit about that later, but basically, I was watching this interview with your boy Charleston White. If y'all ain't heard of Charleston White, or y'all, you know what I'm saying, I fuck with Charleston White. He say some crazy shit. I don't fuck with everything this nigga say. You know what I mean? But he do be speaking some facts. Like, the nigga funny as hell too, bro. So he was talking about in an interview, one of these little interviews he be doing, like he always be getting interviewed by random ass niggas and shit. So, in the interview he was like, they asked him about like what he think about social media, and he was just like, like what would people do without social media? You know what I mean? I think about that a lot, because I don't have much of an attachment to it for real, but I can see like the whole entire world is, you know what I'm saying, addicted to being on social media. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, like I'm the type of person that like I don't like people in my business, and I like to mind my own business. Like, I don't like being other people's business. You know what I'm saying? And like social media is all about doing that, like being in other people's business. You know what I mean? When I was younger, I tried to be on there, you know what I'm saying? But I just realized that like it's not for me, bro. And like now that I'm older, and like I see how people use YouTube, it's like to get clout, as Charleston White say. He said, without clout, you can't make $1 million if you ain't got no clout. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no purpose in being on social media if you ain't got no clout. You know what I'm saying? I was just like thinking in my head, like, I don't care about that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like whoever be in the positions to be put on a pedestal in this life, it's all for a reason. You know what I'm saying? So if I was to get fame, it'd be completely, purely destined to happen. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wouldn't be acting brand new. Like, you know what I'm saying? I wouldn't let this stuff go to my head. Trust me. You know what I mean? Because, like, I done had little glimpses of fame, like, periodically through my life. And, like, it didn't really mean shit for real. You know what I'm saying? And, like, most of the people that I, like, befriended or had a relationship with, they would look at me like they would associate themselves with me just as somebody who, like, they would expect to be in these positions. And like I always got that vibe from everybody that I've been in a relationship with. like, or been in a friendship, acquaintance, whatever. You know what I'm saying? And it took me a while to realize that shit. You know what I mean? So like, now that I know that, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like I said, my attachment to this stuff really ain't nothing for real. Like, you know what I mean? Say if I was to meet a famous person right now, like, if I mess with them, I'ma just, chop it up. Like, cause like, like I said, I don't idolize anybody no more. So like, you know, like, you know what I'm saying? I don't hold this stuff like as high as, most people do. So, you know what I mean? Like I said, if I was to become famous, I'd become famous. Like, it is what it is. You know what I mean? It's happening for a reason, you know what I'm saying? So like, you know what I mean? I look at social media as like a means, like an avenue for you to make something out yourself, like to make a brand off yourself without having to go through a whole bunch of middle people, you know what I'm saying? It bring you opportunities out of nothing, you know what I'm saying? So like, instead of using it to, put too much of your personal life out in the open, you know what I mean? You can just use it as a way to, make a business and brand out yourself. You know what I'm saying? That's how I be looking at it. Like, anything I post is gonna be pertaining to, like, what I'm building up. Like, you know what I mean? It's not for any other. Most people who be on social media want to become famous purely for entertainment purposes. You know what I'm saying? Me personally, nah. You know what I'm saying? I think way too, like, too broad and futurist. Like, I got, you know what I mean? I got certain goals and like stuff that I want to achieve that ain't even got nothing to do with like just being famous. It's got more to be like leaving a legacy. Like, not no entertainment wise, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's like on some like, legendary type of stuff, like trying to create stuff, you know what I'm saying? Trying to change the paradigm of like the way life is here on earth, man. So like, you know what I mean? To each his own, bro. Like, some people love social media, you know what I'm saying? I'm not a very social person, so it's obvious why I don't like it. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, it's like overstimulating for me. Like, it's, you know what I mean? The same way as if I was around a whole bunch of people I don't really know. Like, it's overstimulating. It's too much. You know what I'm saying? I like to have my own space and feel my own energy, because I have control over that. You know what I'm saying? When you're around other people, you don't have that when you're around other people, bro. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? And a lot of negativity comes from social media, you know what I'm saying? And like I said, it's simply because people be so like attached to it, you know what I'm saying? It's like, this is our version of being attached to like an artificial reality. I don't know what that was. I think it was like a hornet or something. Like, I don't know what that was. Nigga getting on my nerves though. But yeah. You know what I'm saying? Social media should be like, it's just like anything you'll get addicted to, bro. Like, people throw shade about people who take certain types of drugs and stuff, and like, like if you smoke weed or something like that, like, as long as you use it in a balanced, healthy way, it's fine. You know what I'm saying? Everything's about moderation. You feel me? That's really is about balance. You can do anything you want as long as you know how to balance it. You know what I mean? Some people go way too far with that, but yeah, like, don't spend all your life on social media scrolling. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, it's addictive. Like, people use it as a means to escape. You know what I'm saying? Because they reality, they don't like seeing what they see in their reality, so they need a distraction. You know what I'm saying? I'm the same way. I don't like seeing my reality for for the most part sometimes, but like you're not being real with yourself if you can't really do that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like I look at social media as just a way to advertise whatever it is you do. You know what I'm saying? And from the type of time and I'm coming from, like I hope it's productive. I hope it's not just something to distract people, because we got plenty of that. We got plenty of that, bro. We need some new stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like the guy who made gasoline out of plastic. You know what I'm saying? People thought he went missing, but nah, he was just trying to stay low key because, you know what I mean? The ops is watching. You feel me? So, yeah. Don't get addicted to social media, bro. The brain rot is real, bro. Like, for real. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, it's cool to entertain yourself and, like, just so you can relax and laugh about something. Because life is stressful, man. You know what I'm saying? But, like, keep a healthy balance. You know what I'm saying? That's all I can say, bro. Like I said, I don't really care for social media. The only thing I really use is YouTube now. And, like, I like YouTube because it's like a virtual diary. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing wrong with that. The problem with YouTube is, like, they way too, like, controlling and trying to censor stuff and, make you present yourself in a inorganic way. You know what I'm saying? To hold standards for this stupid stuff that, like, they perpetuate nowadays. So, you know what I'm saying? Hopefully I can gravitate away from YouTube because I don't really want to stay on YouTube, but stepping stone, bro. You know what I mean? This is exactly why I, like, curse and say whatever I want to say, because that's who I am in actual reality. You know what I'm saying? I'm all about authenticity, man. You know what I mean? And I wasn't always. That's just a part of maturing, bro. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. Don't be addicted to social media. Do something productive. You know what I'm saying? That's it, YouTube. Peace.